Again, legendary men return. Fatal Fury 2! Fatal Fury Special!
Outstretches its icy grip. Lone wolves are back. Fatal Fury 3! Road to the final victory.
Welcome, Fatal Fury!
Real bout Fatal Fury Special. Real bout Fatal Fury 2.
The newcomers.
Certainly, they existed. Those blinded by ambition. Those consumed with vengeance. But here, they do not exist. Only winners and losers here. For here, the mighty. Garo, Mark of the Wolves.
Guess who's back? Back again. Mikey's back. Tell a friend. Hey, everybody. Here I am with another live stream for you guys today. And today we're going to be playing some more King of Fighters 15. But before I go any further, let me just say, if you like this stream or any of the videos on my channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. You know, all that good, fun stuff. And I'll be getting into some King of Fighters 15 for you all here after my intro coming in here now. And so, everybody, without further ado, let me bring on my special guest who's joining me today, and that is Big Papa Brad.
All right. All right.
Yeah. Impromptu arrival of Big Papa. Because that's what I want to do here on this. I think this is going to be something that I try to do weekly. That's why I wanted to jump in on this today is do these little Sunday afternoon streams, have some fun and, nothing too serious and, just hang out, play some games on Sunday afternoon. But what you got going on today, Brad?
Oh, not too much. Just trying to play some Truxton, trying to get my score better. I've been enjoying that game greatly. It's a great game. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, if you have an iArcade, it's definitely a game you should check out and maybe give it a shot.
Yeah, absolutely. I did manage to make it on the leaderboard there myself last night, but I don't know if I've been bumped off. I haven't checked yet today, but I need to see if I can get a little bit higher on there. But I had a good run going last night, but it's a great game. A lot of fun.
Definitely give it a shot.
Yeah. And then see, we got Miss Jen Tens here. She says, "Hi, Papa."
Hello.
And well, anyways, I originally planned to do this show a certain way, but I ran into some technical difficulties, and so I'm trying something new here, and this actually might even work out better from what I can tell here. So let's just jump into it and play the first match here. It's not the beginning. Ha ha ha. There we go. And this is against a person named Black Walnut. And I'm just, again, these are just matches that I all played on Friday night, just trying to have some fun on Friday and get into playing some King of Fighters. Between that and Truxton, that's what I've been really getting into myself. And I'll be honest, I'm learning the game as I go along. I'm getting better. It definitely has a little bit more of a learning curve over some of the earlier ones that they made. But I'm having a blast with it.
And player one clinches the first round.
And that's Joe Higashi there. He's actually, I'm going to do a character spotlight on him today.
Stand your ground. Ready?
And this dude here, Dinosaur, he's got an interesting story. He actually first started in Goro Mark of the Wolves, but his character, he's like a professional wrestler and did some changing, and I got to get more into his whole backstory because I'm still learning a lot of these characters myself as I go along here. But yeah, he's this is actually the first time I've encountered somebody playing with him live, I believe.
Player two wastes no time.
But there's just so many characters in these games that are so just unique and different that, like, it really has something for everybody, honestly.
Ready? Go!
You know, and I thought here that I was really going to give it to him because Mai is my best character, and I thought for sure I would come in and just be too quick for him, and this Dinosaur is giving me some trouble. He's got a quick little slash. And one of the things about this game that I've been finding is how you have to utilize the combos. And that's one thing that I've really been enjoying playing with an actual arcade controls, is it actually helps with pulling off the combos, you know, being able to hit them with multiple fingers as opposed to just with your thumb. But I've watched some other content creators, and they've talked about how the thumbstick, though, on a controller actually is quicker than the joystick. And that's an interesting observation. So a lot of people say that there's really no advantage or disadvantage either way. Because you got the advantage on the thumbstick with the controller, but the disadvantage with the buttons. And another thing, these games have these power meters. As you can see, we both have a 1 power meter. And how you build up a power meter is either hitting them with stuff or taking damage. You can build up some a little bit as well. And you can expend it by using some of your bigger moves. And if you want to do a super, you need to have it be the max level that that character can get. Like, it changes how far you are within the match. Like, by the time you're to the third, your final character, you can pull off level 5 supers. And yeah, the supers, they're not like super challenging to pull off. And I mean, honestly, I think it's the right amount of difficulty, in my opinion. That's definitely something that when you get into a lot of the fighting games, they all have, like you play a lot of Marvel vs. Capcom, Brad. I mean, you have any insight onto the supers in that game?
Just that you can do like the multiple players attacking at the same time. Like they have like the super combos, and that's what makes Marvel vs. Capcom 2 so unique.
So they kind of in that game they can all like attack together.
It's like a team attack, yeah. So it's kind of like you do the super combo attacks.
Where in this game it's not like that. It's not each character has their own supers that, like I said, you could max out and build up as the matches go along. And even like some of your like less powerful moves, like if you're using the wrong button, for example, like most people know Street Fighter 2, for example, like that layout. Like you can do like your weak ones, like your weak Hadoukens, like all day long, and it's not gonna diminish your bar. But if you try to do the same move with one of your more powerful buttons, it will diminish your bar.
Is the new game, is it a 4-button layout, or is it use all the buttons?
It uses all the buttons. As a matter of fact, you can do like the traditional just Neo Geo layout with it, which is really cool that they still kept that in play. And you can press 2 buttons instead of 1 to make the more powerful moves. But what they've also done is added the ability to program certain buttons. Like, so I literally have like my power move button, my medium move buttons, and my like weaker move buttons. And so like, and then you can literally press 1 button to activate, like you got the little maximum bar, and as if that gets more higher, you can just press your button to activate that, and you go into like you're at your most powerful. And I haven't completely figured out all the intricacies on how all of that works, but I'm definitely working on it there. And let's get into the next match here. And now I'm playing Kojo Wins. And just in case you guys haven't noticed, I mean, check that background back there. Does that look familiar to anyone out there?
Looks like Metal Slug to me.
Yeah. It is very much like Metal Slug, and that's because that's one of the cool things about this King of Fighters franchise specifically, is it's like a cinematic universe, a video game cinematic universe that they all bring together in the King of Fighters game. And there are characters from Metal Slug in this game, and that's why they have this stage. But they definitely build up the story and fill it out. But what's cool is it's like, in some ways, it's like you can go play like the prequel to some of these King of Fighter games with all the individual franchises. And that's actually a pretty cool thing that SNK thought of way back in the early 90s, in my opinion. And definitely paved the way for like what Super Smash Brothers and stuff did later on. And I don't know if you guys know the story behind it, but Mai Shiranui is not allowed in Super Smash Brothers. It was decided that Super Smash was just for good boys and girls. So only Terry Bogard did they bring over to Smash. And this character here, this Sandman dude, he's one of the newer ones that I'm still getting acquainted with. I don't recall seeing him in some of the older games that I've played. But I haven't played every single King of Fighters game ever made either. My like specialty is like the Orochi saga, which is King of Fighters 94, 95, 96, 97, and 98. So the first handful of games. And then this new one is the first newer one that I've gotten into. I've also played, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. I've played all of those as well. And I definitely like some of them better than others. But in my opinion, 98 and 97 are the best two. 2000 and 2002 are good as well. But the Orochi saga, it still had the best like story, so it was the best, most complete.
Yeah. Do they have like finishing moves? Like I saw the screen went crazy when he won.
Yeah.
Are there special moves you can do to make it do that? I know there are in Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah,
too.
that's what I'm saying. Those are your supers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the dude in the background is enjoying the show. You see, like right now, I'm in max mode. Well, I haven't activated it yet, but I have the ability, like I said, to activate that, and I just did. And see, right now, I can do the most damage on him. See, now I'm pulling off the super, but he blocked it.
Okay.
So I just wasted my super, unfortunately.
So like the block, you just go in the opposite direction?
Yeah, just like Street Fighter.
Okay.
So there's definitely a lot of similarities with, Street Fighter, and particularly in the move sets and stuff. In some of the older games, I actually felt that the moves were easier to pull off and more fluid than some of the other Street Fighter games, especially the older ones. But I mean, if you compare, time to time, like King of Fighters 98 versus whatever Street Fighter game came out in 98, I'm sure that one was, they're pretty comparable there. But the moves in the new one they're a little different, but familiar yet, and and I've been enjoying it. And speaking of which, let's take a hot second and talk about this character here, Joe Higashi, and I'll introduce you guys. You see me running into him a lot. He has his roots back in the original Fatal Fury franchise, as I'll get down to here in a minute. But he's definitely kind of a goofball character, and kind of the comic relief. But yet he's still cool and in kind of that like 80s like action hero kind of way. And as I've said before, they made animes for all three of these movies, or they made 3 animes, and all of them are available on YouTube. You can go and find them and watch them for free right now. And I highly recommend that to get to know some of these like earlier characters if you're interested in such things. But let's take a look at Joe Higashi.
All right.
Joe Higashi made his debut in the original Fatal Fury game. He was one of the 3 playable characters in that game, along with Andy and Terry Bogard. He is a Muay Thai fighter who enters the King of Fighter tournaments along with the Bogard brothers in order to defeat the host Geese Howard to take revenge for the death of Terry and Andy's father. In the meantime, Joe also seeks to fight new rivals through the tournament and keep practicing his Muay Thai. Joe has also been a recurring character in the King of Fighters series since the very beginning.
Fatal Fury 2.
There. It was a little short. I didn't make a super long one there on him because there's, in order for me to give you a good background on Joe Higashi, I would have to just keep clipping stuff out of the anime, and I know I would get copyright strikes the more I take out of it. So I had to kind of keep it short there, but he's, like I said, just go watch the animes. Anyone that might be interested, he's a real cool character. He's fun, and he's fun to play with as well.
Seems like they have a really big selection of characters on these games.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. And they're they just announced yesterday they are releasing a new group of characters, and they got new teams, because that's the way they do these games is they assign all the characters into like certain teams. It used to be based on the country you're from, but sometimes that's changed depending on the game. Like but like the Fatal Fury team, that's always Terry, Joe, and Andy. It's always those three characters that are on that particular team. And so they just keep introducing these new teams, and some of the teams break up, as like the story progresses and stuff. Cause that's, like I said, the story always is constantly building off each other with these games as well. No, we'll see. I'm taking on Query. Guess that's their name. And this was actually one of my older matches that I did. Is hence why it's got the different stage, because you can actually set the stage that you want for like if you're player one, which is pretty cool. And you can do that with the music and stuff as well. And the ranking system and everything that they got in this game is actually really cool. And I would love to see iiRcade or Arcade 1-Up, take a look at this in a little bit of a, peek and see what they're doing, because they're definitely have it more organized.
Player 2 clinches the first round. Reach for the top. Ready? Go!
Let's see. Come on, Mai. See, those weren't my super moves. Those were just like but they weren't my basic
ones. If you end with the super move, like the screen does that crazy thing where you see all like the almost like a light show.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And like right now, I couldn't even perform a super move if I wanted to, because I don't have a level 3. Now that I have a level 3 and I get it to the halfway mark, I can perform a super. And the more meter you get up there, the more powerful it's going to be. And like I said, by the time you get to your third and final fighter, you can pull off a level 5 super move. Well, no, this says level 4, so the most they have a level 4 they could do on me.
Will we see a comeback?
But sometimes you just got to use your meter just to beat the person that's in front of you. Can't really save it.
Ready? Go!
And it's got that guard meter as well, so someone can't just constantly block. And what's definitely different about these games versus Marvel vs. Capcom is you can't trade out your player. Like you're stuck with.
You can't tag them in and out, huh?
No.
There's no tagging.
So which order you pick your team in is important. Like I said, I always put Terry as my anchor because he's usually the most powerful character, and I'm pretty good with him. But see, this is her super move.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. That's why I'm including some of these, even though a lot of them are me just getting my butt kicked, because it's the super
you gotta take a beating to give a beating.
Yeah.
You have to learn. You have to take your lumps.
Well, and I usually put it on, because you can decide if you want to fight someone in the similar rank as you, and you can choose how good of an internet connection speed they have as well. And when I'm searching for my opponents, I take on everyone, doesn't matter internet connection speed or anything, just because, it just gives you a bigger pool to draw from. You don't want to sit and wait for 10 minutes to find a match if you want to beat on someone that's like smaller than you, a lower level. But having said that, they not only do they have ranked matches, but they have these casual matches as well. And you can just go in there and it's not going to hurt your ranking. And you can find a lot of people to play in there. I'm just now starting to mess around with more of the casual stuff. I jumped right in to the ranked matches because I'm like, oh, I've been playing these games for a while. I'm good. But I actually made a mistake because before they let you even play online, you have to play against the computer, and they're trying to see how good you are, on what level you can be. And so I came in with my Shiranui, pulling off all the moves, like I know what I'm doing. Yeah,
you play with your best character.
Yeah,
and now it thinks you're amazing.
Yeah, they put me as a level 12. And so I was going up, and I think the top level you can be is level 30. So I was playing, some pretty decently high level players.
They threw you right into the deep end, huh?
Yeah.
Swimming with the sharks.
Yeah, and it's funny, as I've been getting beaten up and my ranking is going down, I'm seeing players that were smart, and they let the computer just annihilate them, and they started out as like a level 1, and they just came in and are just creaming the opponents. So, and I'm like, man, they got a record of like 42 and like 7, and I'm like, man, how'd they do that? But everyone, special guest arrival. Welcome to the show, Mr. Jeff Rainwater.
All right. We're getting the whole crew in here.
Yeah. So what's up, buddy? What you got going on today?
Turn your mic on, Jeff.
Oh.
There we go. Is that better?
There you go. That's better.
That's better. Yeah.
You can't hear me. Man, I've been playing Truxton all day.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to that game.
Jeff, does this look familiar?
That looks very familiar. Yes, yeah. I've seen that level.
Yeah. I won't be happy unless I'm going to sleep. I should be seeing it in my sleep. If I go to bed and I'm still seeing it in my sleep, I probably played it enough. I love Truxton. I'm totally addicted now.
I'm learning so much. You have to kind of practice certain spots over and over and over and over until you find the secret to getting through that spot. Like there's certain spots you can stand and they can't hit you. There's certain like patterns that you can move around. Oh man,
I love it.
You got to just practice and learn them. Yeah,
so much strategy. So much thought went into the design to be able to do those things.
It's a great game. And you know what? It's bringing people together that, you know what I mean? Like there's people in the community that, are strategizing with each other and, challenging each other and stuff. It's bringing people together. Whereas over the last 6 months, we've had so many things tearing our community apart. Games like this that are bringing these people back together. It's awesome. It's so awesome.
Absolutely.
I'm loving it.
Actually, that's what I've been spending all my free time, is just playing Truxton and this King of Fighters. And after this stream's over, I got my King of the Fighters out of the way for today, so I gotta get up higher on that
leaderboards.
Yeah, I haven't picked up King of Fighters, but I'm not the biggest fighting game person either. I've got a what do they call those where they get rid of the joystick and replace it with the buttons, like a hitbox type thing?
Yeah.
I got one of those on the way. It's called a snack box, and I'm thinking that might make it easier for me to pull off some of the moves that I suck at doing with the joystick. But we'll see. It's on its way.
We'll have to get on Fightcade, do some Fightcade streams.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, let's look at this next one here. Now we got Riven here.
Round 1. Ready? Go!
And this person that I'm fighting here, her name is King, and she's actually from the Art of Fighting franchise, which I originally wanted to do a spotlight on some of the characters from that franchise today, but I was trying to kind of rush and get this stream in because I wanted to, like I said, I think I'm going to stick to this Sunday thing for a while here. It's a good day for me to do this. I don't got a lot going on. And so I didn't want to miss the boat, so it was a little easier for me to focus on Joe Higashi today. But King anyways, now, as you can see right now, if I run into a good King player with my Joe Higashi, they beat me every stinking time.
Yeah, but you shoot tornadoes. I mean, how cool is that?
This game's like that. There's some characters, if you have that character, the wrong matchup, like you just aren't going to beat them.
Almost like a paper, rock, scissors kind of thing.
Yeah. And you can see I'm a little quicker with Mai against her, and I just got a better chance against her.
Oh, look at that.
But now she's cornering me, and that, that's...
She kind of a ranged attacker more than anything.
Yeah.
Like you don't, although you're getting right up in her face right there.
Well,
Ouch.
Mai's good at getting in and out quick. She doesn't land the big power moves, but you can definitely get in and get out. And she's hard for the other opponent to hit. I mean, even though I'm getting hit right now. Come on.
Oh,
There you go.
man, that was
comeback.
close. That was close, dude.
Yeah, me bouncy.
Wow.
Now this is Blue Mary. She's Terry Bogard's girlfriend.
Okay.
It's a different skin on her.
Man, the graphics on this game are really good.
Yeah.
I can see why they would never be able to get this, even like on the iArcade. This would take up the whole memory of the system.
Yeah. But a lot of people speak real highly of King of Fighters 13.
Oh, here we go.
And that might be something an iArcade could pull off. As we talk
See
with
how you
Michael.
do with this guy.
Now, Blue Mary tends to be a bad matchup for Terry.
Oh, why'd you pick Terry then? Or you picked him ahead of time?
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. I have the advantage here against Blue Mary. And she knows it. That's why she's trying to run for me a little bit.
So I have a question. I heard that you could like one button combo, like you hit like one button 5 times and it does the super move or something. Is that true?
I don't know what kind of nonsense Kong was saying.
That's a no, I guess.
Like, seriously, like, what's this? You hit one button 5 times to do a super move. Like, I have all mine programmed right in front of me, and like, I've had my meter maxed out and went into the training room and be like, "What are you doing, hitting one button 5 times to do that?" I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, like I said, I've never played this, so I don't know. I have no first-hand knowledge, but that's just a rumor I heard. I'm like, well, that would be nice because there's some of these games. There's no way I can pull off the super move. I have a hard enough time just doing a Hadouken,
But like I said, that's what the super moves are basically doing, a Hadouken. But right here, because like I said, I'm playing someone with any internet connection. This is their internet spazzing out on me. Is what's going on here. And that's why they're trying to cheat their way to the victory. Because if you quit,
sit in the corner and punch.
If you quit, then it hurts your ranking and counts as a loss. And,
well, that's good.
Yeah.
You don't want to play games and have people quit right in the middle. That's no fun.
So I see what she's trying to do, and I ain't having it.
So you figured out how to counteract it there. That's good.
Yeah. Pull off the victory.
I think that's a lot of these games too. Like once you know how to play them, it's a matter of figuring out the other opponent and countering what their strategy is, right?
Right. Well, let's get into my main event of the evening.
Round 1. Ready?
And this is against an opponent. They went by the name Sub-Zero, interestingly enough. And you'll see why I saved this one for last. Because as I said with the matchups, this Chris character that they have is a bad matchup for Joe Higashi, and I know it. That's why I'm trying to take it to him. He's just not strong enough to get in there with Joe.
Oh, wow, look at that.
It's like a tornado.
The tornado uppercut thing did massive damage. That was cool.
Yeah. And that wasn't his super either. That was just a mid-range move. And this character, Leona, she's an original character to the King of Fighters franchise, yes, but they worked her into the Metal Slug mythology in a really cool way. So she's actually part of Team Ikari Warriors, they call it, which they brought Ikari Warriors and Metal Slug and morphed them into one like franchise.
I'm so distracted by this guy dancing in the background. I'm gonna learn that dance.
I know.
I know when I saw this stage, I said I have to make this my home stage. I was like, it's Metal Slug, man. How can you not love Metal Slug?
Yeah, the BR Arcade had a Metal Slug.
Yeah.
Had a machine set up for Metal Slug.
Yeah.
And they had a
Oh, they
real
did.
Neo Geo, the red cab too.
What'd they have in the Neo Geo?
They had a bunch of stuff. They must have had some kind of multi-cart that could play a bunch of the games. The first time I went by, it had SV, like a Capcom SVC game. And then the
Nice,
second time I
nice.
went by, they had a different game.
Yeah.
You
They
whooped
must
her
have
in
had
that
some
round.
way where you could play a bunch of them.
Yeah, there's like I said, there's a reason why I saved this one for last. Now this Luong character,
These characters, man. What? I think they're going for the
DOA.
here's my super. Here's my super.
the target audience is what it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, look at this!
Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm
Whoa.
talking about. There you go.
I was gonna
That
say
was
the target
sweet.
audience is like males 18
Yeah.
to 50, like obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. But I've been of the opinion when you see games like Mortal Kombat that they have no problem like drawing big strong men, but now the women are getting less and less.
Oh, she got you.
Yeah,
again.
she did. She's been a tough character for me to deal with. I'm still learning how to deal with her. She's got those long legs and she's quick
See
with
how
them.
Terry can handle her.
Come on, Terry.
Yeah, holy cow.
Yeah. So
See,
that's
got
what I said.
that.
She started landing these moves on me, and I'm having a hard time figuring out how to counter it. Yeah, I went into max mode, but
So when you get into max mode, then you can do the super moves.
you don't have to be in max mode to do the super moves. But what max mode does is it uses some of your meter. See, it came right down to the wire, so it was a close match. But what the max meter does is it allows you to use some of your other meter, and so it won't diminish it as fast, and you can just go up and deal more regular damage and try to take them out that way. And then while you're dealing out the other damage, it'll build up your other meter, and so maybe you can, if you time it right, your max meter, you'll go into like max mode, and you can still build up your regular meter, and then hit a super move on top of it, and that's how you really see like the top of the line finishers. But and that was kind of what I was going for there. I wasn't able to quite pull it off, but
I just noticed this, Mikey. Look how crisp and clear we look.
I know.
No, it's
I
like
know.
I just noticed. I'm
Papa
looking at something
Brad
like,
keeps
wow, we look
doing all
really
this.
good.
Craziness with his screens.
Yeah.
Cameras look so much better. We upgraded the stream yards, and now it looks fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
we're
does look
fancy now.
Yeah. Well, what do you guys got going on this week?
I just toured the BR Arcade in Baton Rouge. If you
That was a
love
good video.
80s arcades, you need to check this video out. I've got, all the games from the 80s and 90s. Come check it out. It's a great video. Just dropped it this morning, so enjoy.
All right. What about you, Jeff? What's on your docket?
I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe doing like a Truxton tips video or something like that. But so that's all it's been dominating all my time the last couple of days. So it's just playing Truxton. But check us out on Thursday. We got the iiRcadians show. I think we're talking about racing games. Is that our topic this week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
I think we're getting into some racing stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna, for sure. We're gonna also have a spotlight with Turbo Joe showing us getting to the end of Kung Fu Master, which probably
That's impossible.
very few of us have seen that. I'm sure.
He
So I
can
think
get
that's
to the
pretty
end.
exciting. He gets to the end. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fancy
Wow,
schmancy.
I gotta see this.
Oh,
This is
Oh,
that's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
yeah.
Yes, thank you, Jen, for the fancy schmancy. We love it. We look
But,
beautiful. We look beautiful.
Before I get out of here today, I just want to say that this is going to be something that I'm going to try to do going forward. These Sunday afternoon streams. Haven't settled in quite to the 4 o'clock time. Now that I figured out that I can just add these videos right into StreamYard a little easier, maybe I'll do it that way, save myself a little bit of a headache. But yeah, everyone, that is my broadcast for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the flip side, everyone.
iiRcadians.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, we got the iiRcadians merch store. If you want to take a little piece of the show with you, you can get it right here. We got everything. You want some Mikey J stuff? We got the Mikey J Productions for you. We got it all in the iiRcadians shop. So take a chance and stop by. We'll take care of you.